entertaining match here. It's Wolves taking on the Saints.
Well, both teams know they need to start the game well here. Try to dominate the midfield area and get their creative players on the ball. This should be an interesting game, I think.
The ball is rolling. We're underway. Here's how Wolves line up today. Merino plays alongside Bernardo Silva in the heart of midfield, and the main man up front is Hernan Crespo. And over the touchline it goes. It'll be a throw-in now. Mikel Merino. Wolves a little careless there as the ball changes hands. Merino. Oh, maybe a bit of space now. Chance here. Brilliant work by the man in goal. That's a top stop. And they go short with the corner. Fired in, low and hard. Winning the ball back and in a promising position. Oh, has he kept that out?
Yeah, had no right to save that, did he? Wonderful stop.
Oh, it's just cleared the bar.
Yeah, attacks it really well. Just not the accuracy.
Luca Dean. Excellent reading of the game to win the ball.
Well, as you can see from those stats, the Saints have had more possession during the last 15 minutes, that's for sure, and have played some really lovely football going forward. They must now make it count and get themselves in front.
Maybe just a question or two to be asked of them here, though. Looking to cut in now. What a chance! And there's the first goal of the match. Deadlock broken. Openda. Pass was read and the ball has changed hands. This. But not the end result they wanted from an encouraging position. Oscar Trejo. And that whistle brings the first half to a... Second half underway with Saints behind, and they find a way of turning this game around. Given away by Saints. Anticipation. Crespo threads it through. And the keeper happy to see that sail comfortably over the bar. Goal kick. Fernandez. That's brilliantly won. Now to go with it. That one's gone out. Throw in to come. A good job done to keep it. Silva. It's a bad place to lose the ball. A nice move ends thanks to nice defending.
It certainly needed that intervention.
The assistant's flag is raised. That'll be offside. Lionel Messi. They found a way through. Terrific chance. And it's in. The goal to get us back to level pegging. Getting closer, maybe closer to a winning goal. And the promise of something happening is over. The ball is lost. And the chance has gone too. That's as precise as they come. Now composure needed. Oh, great save to keep it level.
Well, he's just stopped his team from losing this game probably. What an important save that is.
That was well spotted. The attack is over. Taking this on. Took one for the team there. And it's a save, a marvellous save to prevent the winner.
Well, he's just saved his team.
Here we go, 30 more minutes to try and find a winner. Pepe. Mingueza. Nice possession, but will a goal to give them the lead come at the end of it? Well, not the easiest of saves, but you'd expect him to probably stop that. Options available in the middle. Not so much given away as cleverly won.
Yeah, that's the way to win the ball back. Good reading of the game.
Wolves going up through the gears now. Nicely sets it up. And behind it goes for a corner. Right at the moment to take the lead. Inside against, playing it in. Yet to find a way to go. Well, there we are. The first half of extra time is...
Okay. La 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 la.
Ball moving again for the second period of extra time. Quick whistle from the referee, foul given. Looking good here for one more chance to win it. But that's where any chance of anything developing disappears. A chance now for a quick transition. Well, they couldn't quite take advantage at the end of that. They looked in there. That's nicely cut out. And so extra time ends with penalties on... Good penalty. Save! No better feeling for a goalkeeper. And he's denied them from the spot. Well, the keeper made that easy for him. And it's been put away. And the keeper does what he's there to do. And he can turn away having done his bit. Clinical from the spot. And with all the pressure on, he slots it away to win the shootout.
Well, it's a good penalty.
Alhamdulillah.
TV. My name's Guy Mowbray. I'm joined by Sue Smith in the commentary position, and hopefully we've got some goals and drama on the way. What are we going to get from this one?
It's great to be here. I think it's going to be a really good game today. Both teams will be well up for it, so hopefully we're in for a treat.
This is how the hosts line up. Ashley Cole starts with Jordi Alba in the fullback positions. Federico Valverde plays alongside Merino in the centre of midfield, and they go with a single striker leading the line. This is the lineup for the visitors.
It's a 4-5-1. The midfield will be crowded and they'll be looking to win the battle in there. It's essential they don't sit too deep and the midfielders advance to support the lone striker.
Now, this has to be. And the first blow is delivered. 1-0. It's 1-0 as the ball gets rolling again. Chouameni. Really good interception to take the ball. Offside has been given here. This has to be. Well, that's what he's there for. It's a good stop. It's a landmark game for him today as he brings up a half-century of matches for the club.
Yeah, he's certainly cemented his place in the squad, hasn't he? You know, he'll always give 100% and he does add a lot to the side. It's been a great bit of business bringing him in.
Oh, real opportunity. Good hands from the keeper. They decide against playing it in. Oh, brilliant anticipation. Mingueza. And that'll do it. The end of the first 45 minutes. We're back underway. 45 more minutes to come. Teeing up the chance now. Well, now they could spring the trap. And the counter fizzling out in the end. Oh, the flag's up. Could be offside. Pina. Great instinct there to cut it out. Nicola Pepe. Now Wolves moving into a position of real promise. Wolves regaining possession. And that's nicely won to see off the threat.
Well, nice approach, wasn't it? But the final ball just wasn't there.
This could be dangerous. But they can't go any further here. Offside. Pass was read and the ball has changed hands. Neither side doing a good job of holding onto the ball. That was an unwise challenge, to put it mildly. Another goal, and one that surely will seal the win. Merino. Valverde. Pina. Valverde. Another goal to put a rubber stamp of approval on every... welcome along to an evening that was made for football. The pitch is in great order too. My name's Guy Mowbray. I'm joined by Sue Smith in the commentary position, and every reason to believe we're in for an entertaining match here. It's Wolves facing the Old Boys.
Well, it's so loud in here, isn't it? The fans are really up for this one, and I'm sure the managers will be reminding them, remember what you need to focus on and block out all of that noise.
Looking to put the cross in. What a cool bit of defending.
Yeah, snuffed out nicely.
Here's how Wolves line up today.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-5-1 or a 4-2-3-1. This can be quite an attacking lineup with the three progressive players behind the lone striker, but you've still got that defensive protection with the two midfielders holding.
Here's a chance. Saved, but not clear. Oh, yes, it's a ripper. There was no margin for error with that. It's a quite wonderful hit. Michael. It's a good ball. Perfectly anticipated. Really well won. Locatelli. The ball back with Raya. Mingueza. Possession really is all that matters for them now. Oh, real opportunity. Good score here. Another goal, and it's one that tightens their grip on this game.
Let's go.
2-0 as the ball gets rolling again. Martinez. Onto Locatelli. And the momentum is lost.
Yeah, they had great shape up possession there, didn't they?
And that whistle brings the first half to a close. The players set, the whistle sounds, and the second half begins. Arnau Martinez. Nice possession, but they can't stay too patient now. But maybe one pass too many and they've lost it. There's space to attack here for Wolves. A chance to get in behind here. Crespo. And they've got to find reverse gear now. Lucadine. Oh, what a place to lose the ball just when the chance was on. Mikel Merino. Options available in the middle. Probing, the target won't open. Gets in the way superbly.
That's a good block under pressure there. He's got great timing, hasn't he?
The ball back with Wolves now. Mbappe. They could get caught out on the break here. The counter fizzling out in the end. Kylian Mbappe. Oh, could be here. Mikel Merino. Now, what can they do from here? Terrific chance! And it's in! Oh, no, it won't count for anything.
Oh, how close was that? You've got to feel for him. It's a composed finish as well.
And the game comes to an end with the...
Let's go. بسم الله. Oh ماينو. Okay. باركولا. Let's go. ميسي. جي جي. Let's go. Who's good, Mino or Barcola? هارون ويلكم. وعليكم السلام هارون. صافا. انت منين هارون؟ Oh, les récompenses, let's go. من بعدنا ويكم ولا ما كانش عندك مشاهدات. سرار وين نستريمي في اليوتيوب، نستريمي اكثر في تيك توك، والقناة تاعي تاع اليوتيوب ماهيش طالعة، ما عنديش بزاف لي فولورز. انكو اوكي. شكرا على الفولو. متى العيد؟ غدا ان شاء الله 90%. قوموا فتحوا لي باك. فرنانديز باردو اوكي. تعرف مين انا؟ لا. من رابيلار اوكي. اللي كنت بلعب 1 في 1 معك. اوكي. لعبت معايا 1v1. اوكي اوكي اوكي. مرحبا مرحبا. بس للاسف التليفون فصل، ما قدرت اكمل لايف. عادي عادي. مرحبا في اي وقت اميروني. عندنا فوز بالداي. ليتس. من جويزا. عندي من جويزا. لا باويا. اوكي نايس نايس. اس بي سي اند مورينا. مورينا. في واحد دوبلون. اوكي ليه ما في حد يتابعك؟ ونادرا ما اعمل ستريم في اليوتيوب. انا دائما اعمل ستريم على التيك توك. قناتي تاع اليوتيوب مو عندها كثير من الفولورز. تستاهل شهرة والله. شكرا يا حبيبي. افتح البث على الاثنين. ما بقدر على التيك توك. التيك توك لازم اعمل بث في كيف بلاتفورم تيك توك لايف. ما بقدر اعمل بث على ستريم لاب، فهمتني؟ على التيك توك ما فهمت ليش. لانه الغوا ستريم لاب على التيك توك، يعني ما تقدر تعمل لايف في تيك توك. هو معقد شوي تيك توك، لهذا ما بعمل ستريم دائما على اليوتيوب. انا الله يسهل لك. شكرا يا هارون. وريلي تشكيتك. هذه الحمد لله. الدكة ما عندي لاعبين ما يصلحوا لشي. يهديك ويصلحوا بالك. اعطيك تحدي. شو يا رب توافق. اوكي راح اوافق ما تخاف. نزل ايكيتيكي حارس وادخلي حارس مهاجم. ما تدخل ما تدخل فوت عشان ما تخسر. اه اوكي. دقيقة بعد التشكيلة. لا تسوي تحدي الآن. يجي خلاص آكل ويجي تمام أوكي. يلا صحة وهنا.
Welcome to you, and thanks for joining us for another game live on EA TV. Guy Mowbray with you for commentary, alongside Sue Smith. And we've got a division rivals game on the way for you. What are your expectations from this?
Yeah, this should be a good one. They're a team in really good form, exciting going forward and strong defensively. They'll be looking to take that quality into this match, I'm sure.
Here's how Wolves line up today. Jules Koundé starts with Luca Dean as the fullbacks. Merino plays alongside Bernardo Silva in the heart of midfield. And the man tasked with leading the line is Ugo Ekitike. This is the visitors' team for today.
Yeah, it's the same formation, and I'd expect both teams to commit players forward. So the two holding midfielders, they're going to be key from a defensive perspective.
And Wolves are pushing forward nicely here. And stopped in their tracks with a change in possession. Good ball in behind. Well, always best to finish, then find out later.
Yeah, you're right. She was well off though, wasn't she? And I think she knew it as well. Not a bad finish though.
Merino. Could take things forward a notch here. To put them ahead. Oh, it's in! An early opener to get the game going. 1-0 then as we get started again. Funde. Lucadine. Mikel Merino. There could be something happening here for Wolves. Making good ground and still going. An attack that's come to nothing.
Yeah, you can see that they're a really well-coached side, can't you?
Mikel Merino. And it's offside. Didn't get back in time.
He didn't, and he had other options here, but chose the wrong one. Sloppy this.
Not a lot of time for him. It's a misplaced pass, bordering on a missed kick possibly. That's way off. Ugo Ekitike. Cleared behind the line. Corner coming. They take it short. And out of play it goes for a throw-in. Needs the composure now. And they've scored. Second best no longer. It's level again. So it's 1 each as the game restarts. Rauho. This is looking like a decent move from Wolves. And the promise of something happening is over. Kenzadali. Claudia Pina. Lamine Yamal. Mateus. Great instinct there to cut it out. Bernardo Silva. This could be dangerous. The attack broken up.
Yeah, it looked really promising that, didn't it?
Lamine Yamal has to turn them around. Excellent reading of the game to win the ball. This could get interesting. Kenzadali. The ball taken away from them. Ekitike. Could be setting something now.
Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah.
This has to be. Oh, he's kept it out.
Oh, that's strong goalkeeping. Didn't overcommit and made himself hard to beat.
turn out to be a really good ball. Oh, brilliant anticipation.
Yeah, it's great awareness, that. Positioning was spot on there.
Oh, yes, please. There aren't many who'd even try that. Has to go ahead. Real chance here. And it's in to put them in front. And we're back underway at 2-1 now. Mikel Merino. And the forward progress continues. Merino. Dean. Now it needs a good ball in. That set up the chance. Oh, surely. And that'll do it. The end of the first 45 minutes here.
مرة ضيع مرة ضيع. لا دي باطلة.
The whistle sounds and the second half gets going. Dean. That's a good ball. Should score here. And there it is. He's doubled up for the day. And we're back underway at 3-1. Simakan. Closed it down well. Koundé. Araujo. Happy to just keep the ball here, drawing out the opposition.
Yeah, they're just controlling things now, aren't they?
This could be threatening. Enzadali. Wolves recovering possession well. Silva. That's a nice forward-thinking pass. That'll go out for a corner. Decide against putting it into the box. And the attack collapses. Alexia Putellas. Koundé. And Wolves could make something happen here. Merino. That's a good ball. And it's pinched, read his mind there. Well, this is a bit of a scramble.
Yeah, they're just not on the same wavelength, are they?
Takes it on. And that was close, but not close enough.
It wasn't. It's not far away, though, and they're really giving their all here. You just think, if they nick a goal, it's game on.
Didn't get that quite right. It's a throw-in now. Yamal. Now to deliver a good ball in. Good patient build-up, but not quite the end product. This is a positive-looking move. Has to get back in this. And it's nicely stopped and held by the keeper. And a huge error. Fearless block. Merino. Played in with that. The attack broken up. Mateus. Merino. Hugo Ekitike. Wolves are showing good width here. Oh, it must be here. And that's a great bit of goalkeeping. That's what he's there for. Could be something developing here. Just needs the composure now. It's in! Oh, they needed that. And they're not out of this game yet. Possession lost and won. We're inside the final quarter of an hour now. Dali. Oh, gone for it. Oh, great block. They're down by one, but they have... corner now. They decide against putting it in. Could be setting something now. Surely the equaliser. A really promising attack has come to naught. Oh, real opportunity. A vital block.
Yeah, it's a good block, that. Nothing fancy. Got the positioning just right, didn't they?
Bernardo Silva. He's in here. And he's beaten the keeper with a lovely little dink. A finish of real confidence. That has gone out. It'll be a throw. Brilliant anticipation. That's a good pass. It's getting the lead back. It's in. Now have they got the belief and the time to get another? Aurelian Chouameni. Mikel Merino. Wolves going up through the gears now. Took a touch, throw it. Now can't hold on forever. And Wolves have the ball again. Ekitike. Oh, penalty given. And a huge chance.
كذا كنت رابح وخرجتني من الرايفلز. جيت ألين. ابدأ التحدي. اوكي. دقيقة. بعدل تشكيلة وبنعمل تحدي. ما فهمت، لعبة مقلشة. الله. يعني الحارس هو المهاجم والمهاجم هو الحارس. يا رب لا.
And a warm welcome on what is an ideal night for football, you've got to say. I'm Derek Ray, here at the microphone, and sitting alongside me is the former England international Sue Smith. And everyone here on tenterhooks, you'd have to say, with good reason. And he might be through here. Still could finish. And that's a super effort. And a terrific save. Almost right off the bat.
Well, it was a quality shot, wasn't it? Struck it so cleanly, didn't she?
Could be troublesome. Can he get them in front? An early goal. It is the ideal opening. Oh, it's in. And it goes down as an own goal by the keeper. back underway with the lead standing at 2-0. Well, that is going to go down as an own goal by the keeper.
والله محظوظ جدا أنا.
Well, if we watch it again, it's chaos here. He's just lost it and decides to walk it into his own net. I'm not sure his teammates will be happy with that.
والله محظوظ جدا. أعطالي الوين، أعطالي فري وين. ليتس جو. فزت بالتحدي. علي صوت اللعبة. انا قصدك ايه انا بعمل له شوي دقيقة. لانه صوت مجعز. انا منقص لهم شوي. نو برو عيدو. صوت اللعبة قوي. اوكي. راح احاول وطيه شوي. وحاليا صار جليتش باللعبة. دقيقة بخرج عاود ادخل. اللعبة قلشت. انت منين ايمروني؟ مصر. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله. كانوا عندي كتير أصدقاء في لعبة تاركوف من مصر. أنت تعرف لعبة تاركوف صح؟ معاك روكيت ليج؟ لا، ما بلعبها أبدا. بلعب فيفا، ألعب فالورنت، أحيانا سي اس 2، أحيانا فالورنت، وألعب تاركوف. عندي كثير من الألعاب يعني، ما بلعب بلعبة واحدة. نسوي شوي تحديات. باقي 10 دقائق الفطور. اشتري لاعب؟ ما بحتاج اشتري لاعب. احنا أذن في مصر حاليا وقت العشاء بعتقد. طيب ألعب درافت، مو الآن لأنه بقي 10 دقائق على الفطور. راح أفطر وأرجع. راح أسوي شوية تحديات، ممكن يطيح لنا لاعب الحدث. أنت شو ترتيبك في الرايفلز؟ بعرفها صراحة، ما أعرف. ت- شو يعني؟ أنا قصدي شو ترتيبك يعني؟ تلعب رايفلز مش من ديفيجن 4 أو 3، أو ما تلعب؟ ديفيجن 3. اوكي، نايس. ديفيجن 3 يعني انك لاعب جيد يعني والله. انت انا رجعت العب فيفا فقط في شهر رمضان، ما لعبت من الاول انا. بس كنت محظوظ يعني، سويت تشكيلة يعني محترمة. انا في الديفيجن 4 الان. تسلم حبيبي. دقيقة. قلت لك انا ما لعبت فيفا من الاول، اشتريتها في شهر رمضان يعني. شيء جدا، شكرا. انت تلعب كلوب برو. باقي 5 دقائق على الافطار. قولك شيء، حسن مستوى جودة. بيقول حسن مستوى الجودة. شو الجودة؟ حط نور او لعبة امامك عشان تكون جودتك جيدة. شو قصدك؟ ما فهمت. شوف دقيقة بعد الكاميرا. آه. God. حط امامك لمبة ضوء امامك عشان جودة لايف او فيديوهات. قصدك على الكاميرا. عندك حق. ليش حاليا مو جيدة؟ أنا عندي واحدة في الأمام بس ما مشعلها يعني.
A minute on the clock and things slow down.
يلا راح أنا والله.
First engagement, and so that layered up secret push from the Mongols makes the difference here in round 23.
Yeah, and we talk about this series with all the history, but again, Cobra's era is a new player on this team. Here he is, top of the board, lots of multi-kills in this CT side, and they've had to defend against a comeback now, but round 23, he delivers again. We're going into the final round of regulation, a chance for Mongols to actually close.
ما حبيت أنا كده. ويندو اوكي ويندو. يلا حبيبي انا بروح افطر وبرجع. اوكي اذا بدك نلعب بعدين اوكي تعال نلعب. يلا صيامك مقبول يا حبيبي. بروح افطر وبصلي ممكن بعد نصف ساعة برجع. اوكي
Site's been taken over. Mzinho's got that in his back pocket. No worry there for the Mongols.
You can really see Torres. He's so emphatic on the comms, holding in this position where he's not going to be able to have a lot of movement, but he has a lot of vision.
19-10 has to remain cautious, but Cobra's era is freed up to Pete Secret, and nobody feels ready. Brolin gets shaved off around the corner. Bomb drop. Cobra's got both because Mzinho right behind him has this layered defense set up. And now Torzi's really got to reclaim the situation.
مقبولة. شكرا يا حبيبي. راح ارجع بعدين.
For the Mongols, and they are on the brink of securing themselves a map point. Spinks in a 1 versus 3 takes a ton of damage in the first engagement, and so that layered up secret push from the Mongols makes the difference here in round 23.
Yeah, and we talk about this series with all the history, but again, Cobra's era is a new player on this team. Here he is, top of the board, lots of multi-kills in this CT side, and they've had to defend against a comeback now, but round 23, he delivers again. We're going into the final round of regulation, a chance for Mongols to actually close.
Cobra's era deciding that the third time's the charm
And
in
another
this matchup.
And another part of this recipe is also 9-10. He puts himself in positions to have good chances at an op shot for an opening kill, but he has been missing them a couple of times. This time, he sets himself up, he hits the shot, he gets out safely. And this is what Mouse have to work with to make it an overtime match. It'll have to be their most impressive feat so far.
In the 2 previous series that Cobra Zera's played versus Maus, he's posted a 0.55 and a 0.56 rating over the 2 maps.
He learns fast.
Is him changing that story right here, right now, and given a chance at an opening kill, but knowing it would have been risky, he decides to just stay inside of main. These are limited weaponry for Maus as they face a map loss versus the Mongols.
Yeah, he's the guy to watch, staying active in mini. They're trying to get a good look at him. But he's got lots of support watching Squeaky for him.
In this position, one of the ones that Cobrazera really started to impress us with as he joined the Mongols, becoming this main player.
40 seconds.
Here's the drop, knows that he's going to be the linchpin, and so dropping bomb again in front. Jimmy's the only one to come through with anything, and so for the first time in a best of 3, the Mongols have bested Maus on at least a map in the series, and slowly they've worked away at improving their nuke. This one sends a message and a shiver down Maus' spine. Now they'll have to come back in this with Inferno and Mirage in the wings.
It's a great start for Mongols. I mean, Nuke was their map pick. We didn't really get to touch too much on what was that veto, but the fact that they pick up Nuke for themselves and we're wondering what exactly is going to happen. And finally, Maui, breaking that loss streak when it comes to maps that you were talking about.
You got it right.
You did.
Yeah, I think something about just the way
I think we're just looking like obviously the fact that the Maus side is looking at a deficit here and not really closing it out. I think like Maus really tried to manipulate a lot of the rotation. They really tried hard to make them guessing, and I think it also just comes down to the fact that the Mongols is a team that is they just always want to be fighting. You know, they always stick their head up. They always want to be going for these fights, and it's hard to deal with all these kind of things. And it's one of those things. Whenever you play the Mongols, you know that they always want to go for these 50-50 fights. Like they always want to try and get the information. They always want to be trying to figure out where their opponents are. They're not just going to be sitting back and just let the opponents do whatever they want. And I think for the Maus side, it's like they also had a good start to the game, but it just ended up in a many situations that they were being a little bit too eager. Like they wanted to close it out, and it's one of those returning issues with Maus is that they sometimes play as if they wanted too much instead of just playing up when they get the advantage and just play out the round. And that's also a little bit of the issues that we've seen this game.
Yeah, we had to nerf you, Mao. Your predictions were too powerful that we had to mute you at the start of that segment there.
Yeah, of course, it happens. I mean, I feel like, I'm a little bit impressed, first of all, in the way that the Mongols were able to construct some of the rounds that they had there. On the flip side for Maus, almost a little bit frustrated by the fact that their own offense seemed to just kind of be a little bit more one note. Like the A plays were good, but as you saw there in the last round, like once they try to start taking that yard control, feels like it just gets a little stringy for them. So all the credit to a Mongols team that also, every step of the way, were willing to battle Maus for all the space that they were trying to take.
Yeah, and there were certain rounds where you're like, this is where it's showing, right? We saw Mongols start on CT side for themselves, and so there were some specific moments that you wanted to have a look at, Matt.
I feel like this first one, round number 4, is one where we see that it's Maus who actually are able to inflict first blood here. They get the kill, and on the Maus side, you think everything's going swimmingly, that you're able to pick up this singular kill. I think it's Exertion that takes down, or somebody else that takes down Blitz, and then as the B plan comes into play for the Mongols, I'd say that this is a bit of a mistake, Dupree. I mean, I feel like you're in a 5-on-4, your opper, sure, he gets forced off the angle, but mollied off is Brolin, and he decides to charge right on through that. And let's just be real, best case scenario, he gets one and also gets traded.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm talking about when it gets a little bit too eager, because he actually wants to try and get that fight. Torch is perfectly fine. He even drops his molly and drops down. What happens now is that when Brolin goes down, it forces the rotation to be turned around, and Jimhead actually ends up in Garage getting shot in the back because he thinks that Exertion sitting in heaven is actually there to protect him. But that's not the case. That one kill that Brolin is giving up, that forces Maus to make a different rotation and leaves gaps that they're not aware of. And in a perfect world, Brolin would just have accepted the fact that Torch has already dropped the molly, he can get a reposition in the lower bomb side, and he would just protect heaven, because that means Exertion can put his attention to inner, and everything's fine. But that it gets too eager. Like, just calm down, you have the advantage, just play it out.
But I'm also glad that at least Mongols are able to also win on their own terms and not just punish mistakes. That's why we have round 7 also, where it shows that they're constructing good openers for themselves, that they're able to just kind of by the sheer game planning and the tactics that they implement, it's not just Mao's mistakes that gave Mongols the T-side sort of advantage they had. It's the fact that they go for the boost. They assemble the standard ramp peak boost between the Opper and the Rifler there. They spot towards the out. I mean, 9-10 hits the shot a little faster, and then they just all swarm the player that's also there in Yimpat supporting him. And then great positioning for Mazinho to punish any sort of outside rotation as well. Like, this to me was one of the more well-constructed rounds for Mongols that just went exactly how you thought it would once you started running it in practice.
And obviously getting a double opening on ramp, it's a place where you just want to be going for that ramp control, and then obviously that just puts Mazinho in the perfect position because he can turn off the rotation, he gets a freebie, and at that point you just need to close out the 5v2, and Mongols did that perfectly.
Yeah, so much going right for them that they close it out, but like we already mentioned them out, being able to break the streak, I feel like that does so much for you, and it's also on the side of Maus now where it's you're coming into your map pick, but you also have to wonder why did that game go so close? Yeah, there was a chance where they could have seen themselves pushing it over the line, but ultimately it just was never actually really in their hands. They were always trying to play a little bit of catch up.
I felt like we had a nice balance when we shifted to the second half of players on the Mongols just being pesky enough to sort of funnel Maus into a one-note game plan. That two of the main rounds that Maus won in that second half were just A-pops, more or less, which is fine. If you have that in your back pocket, you should as a professional team. But as you could see, as they tried to explore other parts of the map, the Mongols had good rotations. They were able to catch the advancements of the Maus players. And at that point, Brolin just, I mean, he ran out of answers. He tried in the last round to go for a slow creep towards outside, but Mongols were just extremely ready, and they proved why they were able, or why they were so confidently picking that map.
I really feel like coming into the game, like also Maus, they like the Mongols could have closed this one out earlier, right? But Maus, they actually made it to claw their way back, and I actually feel like Maus had they tried to use the entirety of the map. They would use the A-pops you mentioned. They would also try and go ram, but also using a lot of secret. And I do think that's also why they managed to claw their way back to the majority of the game. But whenever they got into that stride, we had that round where Exertion, he got so much free space. He would run down and he would try and find a timing. But that's also one of the issues that I do have sometimes with Exertion. He gets so much space, but he thinks he has like the right read. He goes for a play that is not actually necessary. He throws away the advantage, and then it just spirals out of control.
It gets stringy for Maus.
But that's
sometimes.
what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And also the last round, they try to get that space. They don't really get the space they want. They're left going a little back and forth, like, where are we supposed to be going? The time's running down. Let's go main, and it just, that's when they forget to clear angles. They forget to, communicate and get things together. And, it's like if Maus gets into that kind of space, they also have a tendency of not finding their way back.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you work yourself up into a bit of a fluster and you're like, this is actually ours, we can do it, and then it just really does ultimately slip away. And I think a certain player on the side of Mongols that happened to be attributed towards this is Cobra Zero, right? We talked to him before coming into this, we talked about him a lot, and I feel like it's only fair that we now talk about what he was able to do on Nuke.
I would say that in a lot of the rounds for Cobra Zero, a little bit slower to start, oftentimes just used as a spearhead here for the Mongols. But once you swapped over to the CT side, he did everything that you want. Every position that he was trying to lock down, he was good for one, oftentimes the multi-kill. He was mobile enough that he even caught Maus off guard at times. Like, this is what you want if you're a Mongolian fan, because Senzu was so much more dynamic. And so Cobra Zera coming in to try to fill those shoes. To me, the biggest complaint I've had about Cobra Zera, he doesn't move enough. He's not rotating enough. Sometimes he just tucks tail and just sticks on a bomb site. But this was a map where I saw him really just picking between a lot of different options, and it feels like he's understanding all of what's allotted to him when he's playing mostly that door A rifler position.
Very instrumental, and as you just saw in the highlight, the fight out of Decom was perfect. That's how you should be fighting those. Like he picks his stool correctly. He had multiple situations where he would get off the multi kills. He was fighting back, and as you just mentioned, Mao, I think it's right that he was moving around. He had a better understanding of what was actually needed of him. He actually was in the right space a lot of the time, and he was very vital to this victory.
Massive for the side of Mongols, and we do also have to credit, like we've talked about, yes, Mongols had such a good early start for themselves. You talked about all the highlights for one of their newer players, and whilst Maus has been together for a year, I guess technically Spinks is still their newest player, and he also looked really good. Technically, right? I'm like, how new can we say that? But yeah, most recent for a while now, but what he was bringing to the server.
Spinks has just been the consistent factor for a Maus team where other people's form, even though over the course of a 3-month stretch in a map-to-map setting, can be a little bit more up and down. Even in some of their losses, even against Foot in their quarterfinal at ESL Pro League, it was Spinks that was the best fragger in that game. He's the only one that looked like he really checked in the server. And I unfortunately say that's kind of another example that we're getting right here, where he's always able to deliver. He's always able to pick his spots, and he oftentimes even kind of chooses to, in his own moments, to be aggressive. And I would say that in contrast to someone like Exertion, who doesn't know when to stop, Spinks does. He reels himself in. Okay, that was, well, not with a football.
Not with a dunk.
Yeah, but in other moments, in game, he's extremely. I'd say it's always a well-concerted effort for him.
He's been by far the best player from Mouse, like at least throughout this year. Now he's the one that's putting up the numbers, and it's a returning issue for Mouse that they do take turns on delivering, and that is also the case that it's hard when you have one player that pops off regularly, and then you like the rest of the team doesn't really seem to be.
I like how we had to
We just want to showcase that they're not that great at football either. Oh.
Well, maybe, I mean, they're good at headshots, just unfortunately also to themselves.
Oh, damn. That was well played. Well played.
Thank you. I appreciate that one. Well, look, Mouse, it feels like momentum a little bit stagnated. We were wondering where exactly they were going to be coming in after what felt like, you know, a bit of a crash out at EPL, and they were like, we need to keep the energy high. I hope it's still there, Dupree, but is it that simple to break back from a map like that? One that you feel like you should be the better opponent between two?
I mean, like, now that they have Inferno, it's their comfort pick. That's the one they go for the majority of the time. And if they manage to take it into a third one, having Mirage is also a map that they have been like to pick for a while. And it's not the first time that I hear it. We also heard that whenever they played Dust 2, like, we have some issues in our map pool. That's a strict thing, and they know that they have two good maps coming up. So I would not count on Mouse as of right now.
Okay, so it's not actually as doom and gloom as people might think. There's still so much more potential for Mouse, and there's so much more potential in this series with a map number 2 after this break. gets Nuke for themselves, and they get a win on Nuke for themselves. Now we're looking at map number 2, where it is Mau's choice of Inferno, a comfort that's pre-coined it for them. But would you say there isn't a little bit of a history, Mau, for Mongols and Inferno too?
If you go way back to when it was, what, Blitz and Techno on the IHC lineups when they were kind of making a name for themselves in World Counter-Strike, it was their hallmark pick, but that has unfortunately really left them. They are a much weaker team on it now. So far this year with Cobra Zera, they have actually flirted with picking this one at times, and I remember watching this game that they played at Cluj against Na'Vi, and they just got completely battered. And the honest truth about it is, Blitz just isn't the same player that he was 3 years ago when they were coming onto the space. And so because he's in such a pivotal role at Banana, especially on the T side, it doesn't feel like he has the same sort of firepower individually, and I don't think that their tactics are necessarily as well drilled as somebody like Mau's, who just can have all different variations of banana control.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, banana control is just like, that's the name of the game when it comes to Inferno. That is why you gotta be fighting for map control, but also for like getting the rounds on board. And Blitz has had a bad time coming into this one, so sure, he's also going to be targeted in this one. And when you go up against Maus that is so comfortable on Inferno, they're in for a very hard task.
It feels like it's hard to argue against Maus and Inferno, the history they have there, but we've already had our expectations subverted by Mongols. Are they able to do it for a second map in a row?
Ooh, it's a good question, but I do believe that there's value in the Maus Inferno, and that's, you know, it's one thing to win a map, it's another thing to win the match versus Maus, even in a world where they are slipping a little from those constants that we previously praised them for, playoff experience, etc. Inferno, that's a hell of a tall order, I'd say.
It is. Now, last time they played, that was one of the maps where Cobra Zero wasn't great. The last time they played, it was a 13-10 map, so it wasn't like beyond recovery for the Mongols. They could have much better time versus 3D Max on the map. You know, 3 losses, 1 win for the Mongols in their recent games. Not a huge amount of reasons there to believe, but maybe based on form today, there's a chance that the scoreline could be a bit better. I mean, 10-13 and Cobra Zero was bottom fragging. We saw what he just did on Nuke.
Pistol round will feature a banana walk-up here for Maus. Two players home. Grenade pin pulled there for Techno, and then he's going to let those Berettas rip. They don't go charging through it immediately. Flashbang's not going to interrupt Maus, and then there's the last piece of util that the Mongols had. Then there's the sudden pop. Doesn't catch them off guard. Total stoppage at that B bomb site, laughing in the attempt of Maus to catch them off guard.
Oh, they just had a great time. I mean, everything went picturesque. That was that smoke pop. They threw that smoke down right when Maus wanted to exec. They perfectly flash dodged from CT spawn. They get this first kill, which sets up an easy second one for Techno. He has another good start to the game. Cobra Zero went into fallback protocols. It's like they're so happy because everything that they planned for this attack, the counters, all lined up.
Maus have lost just 1 opening group game since Spinks joined. 11-13 to VP and Austin.
Damn. And that's that floor. They got a floor.
Some nice marble tiles. Quality grout.
I am grout.
All right, close. Hey, we removed the excess graveyard from the HUD.
Oh
that
my
request
goodness,
I made
you actually
yesterday.
got it removed?
Look at that.
Within a day.
Got it removed.
Connor's being humble. He was here all night. Removing it himself.
Yeah, you think I have the technical skills to do anything useful?
We can all use paint.
Yeah, but it moves and scales and... Ugh. I'll let the button pushers push the buttons. They let me do the talking. Maus, you got to do the walking. But right now, stagnant at the bottom of middle. MP9 pressed down in the hands of Blitz, supported by Techno in the backdrop.
Ooh.
Forced team kill in the middle of that first flurry. And Techno happy to just drop utility and find Sanctuary backside. But surely Maus are going to still just test this.
And the push down mid as well.
Flash comes through from CT Spawn to support Techno. He shaves one player additionally off of the bomb site. And as they'll attempt that, bomb plant pressure comes through here from Coffins. Jimmy whittled down to 4. Torzy's looking for the bomb plant and a little injection of money, but they're not going to let you have it. Nicely done by the Mongols to keep the majority of live. Just that early warning sign at the base of Banana. Once Maus decide to make their move, even as they sprint towards the bomb site, still never a chance to plant.
You see, like, even when they're being aggressive, they're already planning to take their next risk with, you know, this 9-10 push through the smoke. And even when this B attack comes in, there's a lot of conviction in the rotations. They immediately run down mid. They know this is going to be a B pop. They're actively updating the information with Blitz at the bottom of Banana. So they land the second round. And Techno's got dualies. Mzinho as a Tech 9.
I feel like Techno is one of those players that loves to do this, though. Just keep pistols.
Yes.
I'm just happy it's not a USP, because sometimes that's what he does.
And 910 said, Mzinho, save for my op. Why don't you?
It's a certified Sanji moment.
See anything there?
Couple Tech 9s and Boiler ready to go. 9-10 on the fallback as Cobra Zera also gives up his forward position.
Excellent nade.
You can sense that pack of players coming here for Maus. One more slight adjustment from Cobra Zera as he's down to half of a magazine now. And a willingness to peek behind the utility just because that way they can't charge into him even if he were to die. Bolstered, of course, by that rotation in through CT spawn. So Maus are just kind of meeting their maker as they're slowed down to a snail's pace because of this utility.
They're moving really nicely here in terms of where Maus want to go right away. Plus, on the other side of the map, they always have all the map control.
Cobra Zera happy to just dive into the bomb site. Again, giving over the real estate to Maus, but not letting them in to the neighborhood. They lock it down inside of the bomb site, convert it for the 3-0 start. 2 players keeping pistols, doesn't get punished, and Mongols are off to the races.
Seriously, they look suspiciously good. We've seen the last couple of times Mongols have played Inferno, watching that, you know, it's been like, oh, it was good. And even in that game that was 10-13, it still felt like Maus had control, so it didn't really feel like that is a true talking point. It's just that because of the nuke win that we just saw, now I'm wondering, you know, we're like, okay, how good are Mongols playing? But this has been an interesting series of events in these last 3 rounds. Really good shooting, really good tactics. Very careful about their opening kills.
Not many kills to speak of here for Maus so far. 9-10, first kill in the gun round. Jimmy's got the trade, and that is it right there. Double up onto the short side. 9-10 missed chance to strike another one down. He's trying to hunt it now with the Tech 9, but he's got a set of helping hands in Techno. Bomb got dropped in the middle of all that, so they really lost some tempo. But they do catch that lurk.
Yeah, that's a push from B. They've got to take this only opportunity to just do something right away. They're probably half worried about getting beaten there, which they're right. Techno will be just in time. No smoke, so they have to fight into this. And Techno's just going to go ahead, start to cross over to Con. I mean, they know his rotation would come in, but Brolin's got the trade. Denied.
Instant headshot and a clutch demanded of 9-10. No kit here. It's deep inside of the church. The player that Brolin killed is the one that had the kit.
This will take some thinking for 9-10.
Loud steps to confirm where he is. Now they know they're just going to let him have that space. He finds the kill to Jimmy.
Oh my goodness. He got tagged.
What was almost a moment there for 9-10, but Brolin will be the sole survivor. He gets 2 kills in that 2 versus 2 rotation to the B site. Good on them catching that flank from Blitz in the apartments. But it's one of those odd moments, Mohan, where if the bomb didn't get dropped in the middle of that push, I feel like there would have been more pressure to the bomb site. He would have gotten into the 8th play. Blitz would have had the apartments flank going for him. But because things pause unexpectedly for the Mongols, they get caught flanking.
So life gives you lemons moments, and they make the right decision for that specific situation. Find an opportunity where there wasn't one, and it's hard for Mongols to know that they actually had them totally beat for a second. Still a very close call, not convincing by any means. And Exertion starting off a little slow here, was very strong in a few rounds back on Nuke, but he's going to be the one to really give him hell when it comes to taking Banana on T side. Oh, will they actually walk into this? Yeah.
Ooh, missed chance for 9-10.
Yeah. He just misses a lot of his first shots.
Arch pressure now, one player cut off. Brolin survives. There's the kill for 9-10, but we get this quick readjustment. Beautiful second one for 9-10. Oh. There we go. Sequence inbound as he slays on their arrival.
Oh my goodness. No, who needs a first chance? 9-10 was ready for the full-on A attack, wanted to just encourage them to try to rush him down on the A site. That's nasty stuff.
First shots be damned. Headshot on Jimmy, that high pressure shot to Zershin, and a beautiful close. And I thought that was a pretty good decision from Mouse. The really quick readjustment from Arch to just have those three players sprinting up short instead.
Yeah, and when Brolin got that kill, he wasn't supposed to.
Right?
Yeah, that was...
You'd think that would be enough to topple the defense, but 9-10 goes nuclear. As you said, 10-1 his scoreline now, 5 rounds into play, and it's going to send Mouse spiraling back to upgraded pistols only. We're breaking new ground for the Mongols in this head-to-head as they have a firm control of the start of this Inferno map. And Mzino sees you jumping back towards brackets.
Yeah, that's the bomb spotted, and they've already got the flank in place.
Techno didn't skip a beat. And as he slays Zershin, nobody there to trade it immediately. He finds another headshot. It's just separate 1v1s for Techno. Fine by him. Third duel, also there for the taking on the tagged up Jimmy. And finally, an M4 hits the ground. So we'll watch Mouse pick that up and see what kind of damage they can do in the dwindling 30 seconds left.
Now they're ready for these fast plays too. They've got the perfect counter utility in all these situations. Techno continues to just deliver high output to kick the map off. Oh. Unnecessary roughness.
Trying to just pop past Cobra Zera. But no entry allowed at this A-bomb site in back-to-back rounds now. No escape either, as he just tries to tuck his head down.
This is a really worrying moment for Mouths. But the story is, if you're watching, that Mongols are earning every single one of these situations. Like, they're kind of dominating here. And equally good on A and B. Cyclone's got ideas. Did we go the entire last map without a timeout for Mongols?
Again, they don't have a coach?
Yeah, but still, you can use timeout.
Nah, I don't know if they know that.
Pause for blitz. Like, I mean, genuinely, like, a timeout is huge even for an IGL to have. It's always been an impressive thing to be able to pack as much information as some of these callers do within a freeze time. Sometimes you get the timeout just to get extra info, and they didn't even burn one.
Not even like a blowout game where there was like a period of awkwardness, just a legit 13-11 close nail-biter of a match.
Yeah, the strong T-side comeback and everything.
No timeouts needed. Blitz knows what he's up to. See if they buck that trend coming into the second map, but with this scoreline so far, no reason to put a pause on the game from the Mongols' perspective. It's Maus that are left squirming, trying to get into this match. I mean, Brolin 4 kills at the top of the board for Maus. been a struggle of a game so far from Xerxin, so he'll try to tap into what he sometimes does best, this attempt at a B entry, but instead now 0 and 7 and a frag grenade that just gets over the half wall to chip away at 2.
They've already supplanted the position of the last guy. They have 2 and B. Smokes to drop this off, and yeah, Mouse, I mean, they're still going to consider the B play with this setup. Late grenades coming in, 2 extra damage on the chips. This is kind of the round where you don't want to do too much. You want to really trust your B anchors now that the other team doesn't have 5. A lot of utility's been used.
Roland tries to pounce on the orange drop, but then the repeat from Cobra Zera's good for the double. Rock solid again.
That's chemistry.
That's 2 players versus all 5 of Mouse.
Yeah, literally. That's, I mean, we saw it on the pistol. Perfect chemistry. I mean, that's the kind of thing where, you know, they have prep on pistol, and we saw all their protocols go perfectly. But here's a little bit of just like, I know exactly how you're going to peek in the micro, and they're baiting off each other so well, and they're hitting their shots. It's kind of insane that Mouse don't even get a plant. That had the makings of a guaranteed at least post-plant situation, even if it's like a 1v2 or something like that. This is pretty nuts for the Mongols. Kind of loving this Inferno out of nowhere.
Fact that we've gone 7 rounds into this game, and in the 6 rounds the Mongols have won. They've not even given up a bomb plant to Mouse. And there have been moments, even like this one, where you can see real pressure on the brink of the bomb site. Go back to the 9-10 sequence with the quad kill. Another moment where Mouse are like 2-3 feet from the plant, and you can't even find those entries.
Yeah, no space.
It's just a very confident look out of the Mongols here for Inferno. Maybe that confidence comes from having already shown promise on this map in this head-to-head. But not just looking to win another map versus Mouse, this time looking to dominate at this rate. Mouse will bring decent tools for the job to the table here in round number 8. Utility for Torsi to try to set up that banana control.
Mongols didn't dump a lot of early utility on banana. They're just playing back. And I think they know they've got a certain amount of fear from Mouse, obviously. They've done such a good job of handling it. They'll sort them later, retake utility to the top of banana. But now we cross a minute, and they can be a little bit more liberal about it. It's a perfect call out again. Their HEs have been landing in all the right spots. It's still a position where if this becomes a B attack, you know, it's 2 guys. Like, one dies, the other could die without a kill easily. Spinks wants to make it a lurk. 9-10, eyes wide open.
Ooh, catching you awkwardly with nades in hand. Xerxin will get the better of Techno this time. Flashbang very interruptive from Blitz, but the pistols prevail here for Mouse.
There's that lurk.
A triple pistol entry coming through from Mouse, given real estate towards the B site. They get dangerously close, and the follow-through made easy.
I think Mongols almost felt like we've been aggressive every round. It's always worked, but they didn't want to bet on black too many times in a row and tried to do it a little differently. Threw in some late, deeper nades. It was more like, you know, big clan style where when they were really good, they were never really playing at the top of banana. They were just staying in the site, retake utility, deep grenades, never trying to actually fight anybody. But again, you could chip like Tech 9s down, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to just try to pack up and run towards you and get their instant headshots. They find that. So as much as Mongols have done a great job of trying to keep it fresh and have been mostly aggressive, which I think are the 2 keys to success for a good CT banana defense, this almost called for just another round where at least they have 3B or they just push down a bit more. Still, I mean, you look at it, it's just pistol shots, right?
Fucking run, boys. Nice call to that. Nice suggestion, guys.
Cyclone getting his flowers for that one.
And that's a coach we're not surprised to hear that about.
Right. So in Mara's absence, coach advantage,
Mouse.
Mouse.
That's gonna hurt.
Zershin, does he get away? Nades flying towards him. Still, it's the gun of Blitz that catches the headshot instead, and Brolin's got the punish with the trade frag.
They chased his ass down.
Yeah, you're not getting away.
They knew he had like 10 HP. They just wanted to make sure that he never tries that again. Man, they're going to really leave Techno here alone, though?
That's pretty wild to me.
He's got a smoke, but, I mean, he's not even preemptively using it. This might be a little too greedy from Techno. He throws it. Ooh,
Yeah,
it's not the best.
through. Blinding him, finding him alone inside of this bomb site as well. Awkward here that the Mongols don't decide to bolster that off Blitz death.
Yeah,
especially with what felt like him confirming there was a lot of players there in Banana.
The hard part for Techno is like you're constantly gambling mentally. If I hold this smoke to 30 seconds, I've basically won the round. If I don't think they're going to go B, I'm going to hope for that chance because it's round winning. But if I throw it early, I've got to call for help. I break apart the structure. If it becomes an A play, I've forced the team to come and try to help me for nothing. So honestly, it's just a second or two too late to actually fully stop, I think, Mouse from thinking about running through that. But that window is all they needed.